Elle Duncan apologizes to Sheryl Swoopes over Caitlin Clark badmouthing controversy. ESPN SportsCenter anchor Elle Duncan took a biggle. During Thursday's installment of her Elle Duncan Show, Duncan said WNBA legend Sheryl Swoopes seemed to be spreading hate about Caitlin Clark while reacting to Swoopes' recent remarks about the Fever rookie on her Queens of the Court podcast. Duncan then issued a public apology to Swoopes a day later, explaining that she failed to listen to Swoopes' comments in full before discussing them publicly on her show. Alert ******. Elle Duncan calls out Sheryl Swoopes for her hateful comments on the "did the thing you aren't supposed to do." I reacted to Sheryl Swoopes' comments about Caitlin Clark based on quotes pulled for me by producers in the rundown. Duncan wrote Friday on X. I should have listened to the show Swoopes podcast. The same thing I implored his fans to do when they were attacking me a couple months back for hating on her. I hate that I've sent more vitriol her direction and I'm taking this big L. I've texted Sheryl the same thing. I will do better. I am sorry. When someone thanked her for confirming that it was indeed the producers pushing these narratives, Duncan refuted it and shouldered the blame. Nope, not producers' fault either. They are putting an entire show together, and it is the responsibility of the talent to do their research, she said. This is on me for rushing, for not taking my time and just reacting. This is my L. This isn't their fault, Duncan wrote in another post. The podcast rundown is basically a collection of notes. The research should have been on me. It's my voice. I need to be responsible for what's coming out of it. During Thursday's show, Duncan took issue with Swoopes' comments about the WNBA Rookie of the Year race and how Clark and Sky star Angel Reese, who's also in the running for roadie, impact their respective teams' playoff chances. This was Swoopes' quote that Duncan pulled up on her show. I don't know if Chicago is in the playoffs right now without Angel Reese. Right. Is Indiana in the playoffs right now without Caitlin? When you look at the overall team, like the pieces that they have, without question, Indiana has better players than Chicago from top to bottom. No doubt about it. It was a snippet of a larger conversation in which Swoopes and her co-host, Jordan Liggins Robinson, were explaining their picks for the WNBA's roadie. Swoopes chose Reese and Robinson picked Clark, the No. 1 overall selection by the Fever in this year's WNBA draft. Swoopes has long supported Reese before the Sky selected her with the No. 7 overall pick in the 2024 WNBA draft. I love her, but she's wrong here, Duncan said of Swoopes. She had some thoughts. She's had some thoughts previously about Caitlin. She would later have to apologize for those thoughts being uninformed, just being a little bit inflammatory and critical without any actual analysis. She apologized for that during the women's college season, and she's now stepped in it again by saying that Indiana is in the playoffs right now without Caitlin Clark, by saying that, like, Fever...